Poor one.
Does it say syncing on your end?
No, it doesn't say it. It says in broadcast.
Mine says live.
Okay. Mine's acting up over here on the side. Let me.
Ooh, because I haven't heard the intro or anything.
Yeah, no. All right, let me go ahead and do the intro.
Who, me?
You are watching Tejano TV. Don't change that channel. On a Roku channel not so far away. On the streaming frontier of Tejano TV, three voices unite to bring balance to the beat. Juan, the high-energy commander of chaos, fueled by heart and powered by crazy party vibes. D, the rogue truth-teller with razor wit and a mic that shows no mercy. Marcus, the silent strategist, smooth, soulful, and always one beat ahead. Together they are the three Amigos, a journey through fun, laughs, betrayal, tears, and the universal language of music. Strap in, tune up. Because the Three Amigos show is warping into your living room every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Tejano TV, only on Roku. This is where Tejano meets the cosmos.
Too much time on his hands.
This is Johnny Meadows, and you're watching the Three Amigos show.
Tejano TV presents. It's the Three Amigos show! Starring Big Daddy D. Burleson, the Midnight Cowboy Marcus Daniels, El Guy Juan Mendoza, tonight's special guest, Maritza Gomez. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LilaLisaPromotions.com,
Hey, baby.
Menantes Publishing, The Songwriter's Choice, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, the Tejano Conjunto Music Superstore, Janie's Record Shop, and Tejano TV. And now, let's get on with the show.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of the Three Amigos show. We apologize for the long intro, but we're trying something different, man. We're just trying to introduce ourselves, trying to keep everything a little bit fresh and easy going for our show.
You're just nuts. You're just plain nuts. That's all.
I'm insane already, man. I don't think we've done past the part of nuts. We're insane. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We really do appreciate you guys tuning in on this Wednesday evening. And of course, we want to thank our awesome sponsors, my beautiful wife, Lila Mendoza with Lila Lee's Promotions, Janie's Record Shop, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Menantes Publishing, and Nuestra Música Monthly Magazine. And I'm el más chingón, Juan Mendoza.
And I am the regular guy.
Marcus Daniels, Midnight Mariachi.
And our special guest tonight is...
Maritza Gomez.
Hey! Now, where's my applause? I'm sorry, I'm late. Hold on.
And you thought I was slipping.
I know, we're all slipping now. Old age, buddy.
If anybody doesn't know Maritza Gomez, she is from Laredo, Texas, and she is an instructor. She is a swim coach. She's a Tejano artist, and man, we're gonna get to know her here tonight. But she's also part of Menantes Publishing. She's also part of Lila Lee's Promotions, and she's got some awesome music out there. Album, new video that we're gonna be showing here a little bit later. But I'm hogging up the spotlight. So, Maritza, how's everything going?
Ay, saludos a todos. Gracias por haberme invitado. I am from Laredo, Texas. Soy fronteriza. I'm from the border to Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. and just basically the Rio Grande or Rio Bravo, what we call him here in my hometown, divides both Mexico and the U.S.
And are you ready for summer yet?
Yes, we've been left.
Where's
Yeah,
that question going? Wait, hold on.
Well, because she's a teacher. That's why I was saying that
She's a
she's ready
swim
for
coach.
summer.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay, all right. No,
I said it. I said a little bit ago. She's a teacher. She's an instructor.
It's called summer break, isn't it?
yes.
It's-
I have about 6 more weeks left of school. I teach at the high school level, and yes, so we've the students and I have been counting the weeks already.
now, when I think of Laredo, I don't think swimming.
it's
How did-
far away from the beach.
I know. How did you manage that? How did that happen? Well, wait, were you a swimmer, competitive swimmer in high school or college or?
Well, earlier, you were warming up your vocals with the horse.
Yes, you were listening in, but uh-huh.
It drew my attention because that's one of the songs at the high school where I graduated from here locally, and it happens to be where I'm currently working as well, at alma mater. So yeah, I was like, hey, that's the horse. That's my horse.
Okay,
You know what's weird is I don't know where this popularity for this song came about because we went to a football game last fall, and the high school here, the band was actually playing the horse, and I was like, "Hey, that song sounds familiar." I was in there, and I was
Yeah.
like, "That's a horse."
Yeah, well, this whole conversation started because Marcus posted something earlier today about it was a high school band and this guy something Bilal, William Bilal, that's his name, and he's a trombone player. They had the brass section, and back when I was in high school, long ago, the horse and Hawaii 5-0 were the big songs for bands. And so ba-da, ba-da. So bands would be at football games, the bands would be on opposite sides of the field and they'd be out trying to outplay each other. And so we would play the horse, we play the Hawaii 5-0 or do the hustle. And it was just
Or Rocky when it got real intense.
Oh yeah, Rocky. Yeah. So that was a big thing. Not only was there competition on the football field, but there was competition in the bandstands. And so that's what got me started on singing The Horse today, which Maritza was listening in on. I didn't know she was there. But it was a great song. Ba-da, ba-da,
I know we would play
ba-da.
band member in my alma mater where I'm currently working at now. And yes, it's just great. It was great memories. We would outblast the competition, basically. Instruments.
That's what it was all about.
Did you play in a band?
Wait, yes, I did. I used to play the tuba.
No way.
That's like right up Dee's alley there.
No, I'm a low brass guy, so no. Well, no. She didn't play tuba. She played a sousaphone, which was absolutely lighter.
Or the
lighter.
Isn't that a baritone?
No. Sousaphone is a tuba, but it's made out of lightweight construction material. It's like a
For
like a
marching.
PVC pipe, but better.
Yeah.
But
No, I did. I played the brass tuba.
You carried not on the field. Come on.
I did. I marched with it.
Oh,
How heavy are them things?
No, that's huge.
There were like 9 of us, and I was the first female.
And so did you have to do the move where you had to lean back, turn, and lean
Yes,
back, turn,
And had to run with that thing on the field and off?
Oh my gosh! I've never. I'm sorry. I bow to you. I've never met a female an actual tuba player, not a
I
sousaphone.
played it for 4 years.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh! What was the name of your high school? What was the name of your high school? Let's give them a shout out.
Nixon High School, all the Mustangs. Hola.
And so you're an alum. You're working there.
Yes,
Wow, nice.
in high school.
Now, right now, Juan's jealous because Juan's high school band, well, they pretty much sucked eggs, and
No. Our high school. I went to I went to a black school, so you can imagine what was going
Oh,
on in that band. Now we were playing like Men in Black and Southside by Lil Kiki and all that other stuff.
oh,
That's
oh,
what my band was playing.
you were like little Grambling, Grambling High School.
My band was like in the hood, so I mean they were screwed out. Then all that, everybody from Houston knows what the hell I'm talking about. But that's what my band was.
Oh, so this was Marcus's band that really sucked eggs.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, no, yeah. On Friday nights, half the band was on the football team.
oh, they switched.
Yeah, they would switch.
I think they have one. I think they have one guy here in Catula that actually does that. He's actually part of the band, so he'll like remove his pads or whatever and go out there in the field, and then he'll put them back on by the time
For
he has to go
halftime.
back to go play.
The
Yeah,
smaller schools, only smaller
Yeah.
schools do that.
it's a small town, so I mean,
So then your band didn't win awards.
My band, no, no way.
We were 4A winners. We were ones all the way. So,
We won a
Home-
couple stakes.
well, I went to Holmes. I'll remember the Holmes in San Antonio, Texas. The Holmes Huskies, man. Oh,
I thought you were going to say you were homeschooled.
no, Holmes Huskies, green and gold. Where stately spires light the sky, majestic to behold. Oh, I know all the fight songs of the alma mater and everything.
Those are our colors as well, green and gold.
Yeah, but you're Mustangs and the green and gold horse. Nah, a husky looked regal and victorious.
So Maritza has a Jill of all trades. You know, she's
Jill.
well, I can't say Jack of all trades. You know, I mean, she played in the band. She played in the band. She's also a swim coach and travels with her swim team.
Mhm.
So, how do you manage all that? How do you manage swim team, teaching, and music?
Well, for swimming, I started off at the high school when I was a high school student as a lifeguard. Mhm. But see, prior to that, when I was a second grader, we lived in North Texas. My mom relocated the family after my parents divorced when I was 5.
Thanks, Marcus.
Marcus with the interruption.
I know,
Sorry.
man.
So sorry.
We were
Forgive me.
supposed to put everything on mute.
I know.
Wow.
Forgive me. Go ahead.
For shame,
Continue.
for shame,
Continue.
for shame.
So yeah, so second grade, I didn't know how to swim, so I snuck out of the apartment and somebody pushed me into the 12 feet deep, and I found myself at the bottom of the pool unconscious.
Ah,
And yeah, and so my mom was coming in zigzagging through the crowd and the ambulance, and luckily there was a bystander who was just coming into the pool with her family, and he had minimal lifeguarding skills, but he was the one that rescued me from the 12-foot deep pool from the drain where I was located and pulled me out. Every time he tried to push my lifeless body towards the shallow
Mhm.
to where he could actually pick me up and stand on the floor. Little did we know that he was giving me underwater CPR.
Oh, wow.
Kept pushing me and pushing me
Yeah.
on my chest, and every time that he would push me, I would open my eyes. I would like come back, um, and so when to my mom's surprise, when she zigzagged her way in, it was her daughter that was being rescued. After that, it was just nothing but fear for me. The water, I was so afraid of the water, even drinking water, uh,
PTSD.
anything on my face,
Mhm.
liquid was um, very scared for me. So when we returned, which was in 8th grade to Laredo, and I started my high school, my freshman year. My principal knew what had happened to me, and so thanks to her and my high school counselor, And my mom, of course, because she told her that I had the phobia of water. She encouraged me to take a lifeguard course. Um, and I remember I did not want to take it
Hmm.
because telling her that those lifeguards were going to be pros in the water, and all I could do at the time was just doggy paddle. And she said, "Well, you're going to learn how to do it, and you're going to go and you're going to take it. I already made the arrangements." So I ended up going. I passed the class. I became a lifeguard. I became a water safety instructor, lifeguard instructor. Every summer, I was lifeguarding at the pool. I started also becoming a swim league coach, summer swim league coach for the local pools. And then from then, I just continued coaching and swimming and lifeguarding, and so much that now I'm the high school swim coach
I
as
got a
well.
question though. What was that first time putting water on your face where you had to actually confront it? What was that like? Just because it's trauma. You were having to overcome trauma.
Yes, it was very very scared. Even going into the water to take the lifeguard class, but I knew that I had high expectations that I needed to meet because
Mm.
that's what my principal told me, that I needed to do this, and that I needed to complete the lifeguard course, and that she knew that I could do it. So I had to confront the water and excel and do what she knew I could do, but I just still wasn't sure if I could do it. But going every day and being motivated by her and my high school counselor really helped me overcome the fear. And I think now that I'm a swim coach, I have sometimes students that are hesitant in trying other strokes, and even diving off the blocks
Yeah.
on the feet. So I perfectly understand how they feel, and now I have my own strategy.
Up, and she's frozen for the moment, but
Oh, we lost her.
this is the perfect opportunity for all the viewers out there. This is why going to school, having teachers and guidance counselors and principals, people in administration who they don't do just grand gestures to help affect your life. It's small nudges in the right direction to give you confidence, to help build your ability to find to pursue whatever it is you're good at. For the rest of your life. It's that kind of motivation where yes, you can do it. You can overcome this fear. You can move past this, and that's what teachers and guidance counselors do. And I'm glad she brought that up. And I'll stop talking now.
So you said that you were underwater. He was giving you underwater CPR. Now, how is that possible if you got to breathe at some point to get back
No,
in?
no, he was holding her.
Well,
Oh,
the yes, the heartbeat um, compressions.
okay, okay, okay.
So every time, because remember, I was at the bottom of the pool, 12 feet deep.
Mhm.
So I was at the drain, and he was not a lifeguard. He was just a bystander who was trying to help. To this day, I don't even know who he is. Um,
An
but
angel.
yes, absolutely. And he kept pushing me with his the palm of his hand on my chest upward,
Because
so
he
that,
couldn't touch the bottom. He was trying to stay afloat and trying to push her toward shore. But every time he pushed, he compressed her chest, and that
yes.
helped resuscitate her.
Mm-hmm. And so eventually, all the pushes kept me alive, and eventually, he was able to push me towards the shallow end where he could actually stand and pick my body up so that I could breathe. And I remember so vividly, even today, that as he's carrying me up, I just swallowed the entire universe, the
Mm.
air into my body, my lungs, my being. And it was it, it's a horrible way to lose your life. It's but thanks to him, I'm here today.
If you're
And so
just
you,
joining us here on the Three Amigos show, we're talking about summer horror tragedies and
it's a summer camp.
yeah, this is the summer camp edition. No, we're talking with Maritza Gomez, who, besides being a great Tejano singer, is also a swim coach, also an instructor, a teacher at her high school. She's an alum of Nixon High School in Laredo, and we're glad to have her on the show. So, hi, Maritza. If we've spent the last 20 minutes talking
Everything
about
but
swimming,
music.
Everything.
nothing about music yet, but we will get
Yes.
there.
We're
I mean,
gonna
that's how this show goes. I mean, we talk about other things other than music until we actually get into it. Big shout out going out to Julio Gonzalez. Says hello, amigos. Juan Marquez D and Maritza.
Hey, Julio.
What's going
Julio.
on? Thank you so much for tuning in.
Juan
Also,
Julio.
also going out to Heather Jolene Alcantar, TDK, John Aleman, and Frankie Caballero who are watching and didn't comment or say hello or anything, but they're there. We see them.
Hey,
Why
Anyways,
didn't we have Frankie on the show?
we need to get Frankie on the show. I think I asked him a few months ago, but he's been working on so much music lately, and he just released like 2 new singles and stuff. So he's staying pretty busy in the studio right now.
Well, that's why if he's on the line now and making comments, then hey, Frankie, confirm. We're going to get you on the show. Just confirm. Say yes. Just say yes. Say
Yeah,
it now.
just say yes. We need to
Yeah.
get him on the show.
Hola, Frankie.
He's Laredo, right?
Frankie, I think he's in the Valley.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think he's in Laredo.
Mm-mm.
Well, I've got a question for Maritza because this ties in swimming with music.
Oh,
Because I learned a long time ago. Okay, I learned that you can't swim on a day that you're singing. That the chlorine it really closes up your throat. Do you had to sing after swimming?
Did you just make that up?
No. I used to play with Patsy Torres in Blue Harmony and long time ago, and we were playing at Bergstrom Air Force Base in Austin, and they put us up for the day, and they say, hey, go out, we're gonna feed you lunch and go out and go swimming. So we swam in the pool and whatever else, and then it's the chlorine that night. Couldn't hold a note for more than 4 beats. It weakens your vocal cords. It
nobody told you
constricts
to
your
drink the
throat.
water.
No,
Well,
but
you can't help it. It
Breathing
constricts
it.
your membranes. You're gonna breathe in, breathe out. You're gonna spit up water,
you
and
know,
so
I I I believe it because back in the day, it's just like now we have technology to help us, with phone calls or like we're
yeah,
doing now virtual. So, but back in the day, it was the dark ages of chemicals. So
Ice Age.
they used to use powder chlorine, uh,
right.
gas chlorine.
Mm-hmm.
Think at the time the pallets were just coming out or the tablets,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
but it could have been that that yes, you were ingesting the powder
Yeah.
version, and yes, that does irritate. That does,
Okay. I didn't think about that. There's the gas soluble, there's the water soluble, and there's the pellets, and then there's the powder. That makes sense because this was back in the, gosh, late 70s.
oh yes, yes, yeah. Now they have the pallets, and now they don't even put it inside the pools anymore. Now they put them in the pumps.
Yeah, and it comes out already pre-mixed. you know,
Yes.
because sometimes it would have a density of too much chlorine on this side of the pool. And oh,
Hmm.
thank you. That cleared that up for me because I've avoided swimming on the if I have to sing, I can't swim because the
Um,
chlorine would it would really have it. I
I,
mean, it was
I,
horrible.
they don't
I,
use they powder chlorine when they're disinfecting the pool or when there's algae on the walls of the pool. But now it's safe even if you sing to take a dip before.
Okay, in that case, to all my students out there who, for the last 30 years, I've been giving you vocal advice. Of course, no smoking, no caffeine, no dairy products when you're singing. And I would say do not swim because of chlorine. It will wreck your throat. I knew from personal experience. And ladies and gentlemen, Maritza just proved I was wrong. Thanks, Maritza.
Dairy products.
Yeah, dairy products, milk, cheese, anything will coat your vocal cords and make it. Well,
Oh,
Marcus, tell him. When all of a sudden you go,
Oh yeah, that's disgusting.
because
oh, okay. I thought
it's
you meant like lactose intolerant, hit the high
no,
note, and
no,
all of a sudden
no,
you hit a high note somewhere back there. Different story. Okay, good.
different
I tell
story.
you, one rule that I never followed was that wait 30 minutes after eating before you swim.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jumped in the
Clarify that
pool.
for us, Maritza. We got an authority here, ladies and gentlemen. She's gonna lay down the law. Let us know what are the absolute rules. Do you have to wait an hour before you go in swimming? Now,
Well,
Marcus said 30 minutes because he was just
Oh,
young and stupid and wasn't gonna listen to his parents anyway.
well, the reason that they
Oh yeah,
you know, do caution you, right? Um,
cramping.
it it's because when you're swimming, you're being active, right? And you have a full belly because you just ate. So chances are that you might vomit,
Hmm.
burp, vomit the contents that you just ingested. So then when that happens, it gets in the water, and then every get
Oh.
out of the water usually takes 24 hours for them to shock it, clean it because it's body fluid, right? So, so that is the reason why they say it. Now, do you really have to wait 30 minutes to an hour? The answer is no. But if you know that you're at a pool party, right, you're going to be partying in the water. So you're going to be burping. You're
Well,
going to get that food contents out. So chances are that you better
Well,
just wait.
well, Marcus was trying to learn how to swim, so his after he ate, his dad just threw him in the water. Said, "You're gonna learn how to swim."
I can swim. I can swim one way. I can't stop, but I can just swim one way. When I stop, I die. So I
so
can swim.
the same rule applies. Like you're not gonna run a marathon after eating a full meal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's
yeah.
different. That's a whole lot of endurance. You're trying to run
No,
and
it's still
out of full stomach.
physical activity. It's
Yeah. So for
pushing your body.
swimming, right, which is what I coach, competitive swimming, during the school year, and in the summer, it's learn to swim, right? Um, but competitive swimming, it's different, right? You can't eat before you're competing, so you have to wait, yeah, some time before hmm getting in there and compete. But you definitely do have to eat, but just not as heavy, light in between events as you're competing, but nothing, you're not going to have like three tacos right before competing or a big burger.
John Alemán says hello from Waco, Texas.
Oh,
Waco, Texas.
Waco in the house. Waco in the house. So Maritza, out of all this, you are a singer.
Wait,
yeah,
wait, wait, wait. I have one more question. I'm just now since we're on this, we've spent the last half hours, 29 minutes and 29 seconds. We spent the last half hour talking about swimming. Maritza, I am deathly afraid of ever going on a cruise ship or because I can swim. I can swim very, very well. It's just that I cannot float.
Stop watching Titanic,
No,
man.
no, no, dude. My body mass, when you do the turtle, where you fill your lungs with air and you curl up, I sink straight to the bottom of the pool. So I know that if I will never go to Hawaii, guys. I've gone to all 49 states. I've just never will visit Hawaii. Simply, first off, it's a volcano. It's a series of volcanoes. As soon as I touch my foot on the island, it's going to explode. But the other one is just getting there. If I took a cruise ship and a cruise ship sank, I maybe would make 50 miles and then have to give up from physical exhaustion. So why
well,
is it?
for life jackets, you can.
You a life preserver. I
I,
mean,
no, no, no. Life preserver, same thing. Bottom of the pool, body mat. I have really heavy bones or whatever. It's just that I sink straight to the bottom of the pool. And
then
Yeah,
then you get two of them.
sink. They're sinkers.
Or you get you them little floaties that go in your arms right here like that, and just sit there.
So Maritza, there are sinkers, right? There are people
Yes,
that just cannot float.
yes, they are. They're it's based on their bone density and also based on
I've never been able to float on my back. Never, ever.
especially bodybuilders. They're nothing but muscle, so they have trouble staying afloat.
It's also black people. That's why black people don't swim because black people sink. We have it's bone density. We were slaves for 400 years. Our bodies became accustomed to hauling heavy things, and now we try to swim. Uh-uh. So,
Great competitive swimmers in the Olympics.
well, I know. Well, wait. Okay, you brought that up. That brother was not a brother. He was the lightest skinned white boy that they said he's half black. Where? Where was he half black? He was blonde. Well, he was brown hair, light skinned, but he was classified as a black swimmer. Oh my gosh. And then he could float? I don't think so. But you were saying,
Well,
Maritza.
they also said that Michael Phelps had some type of not a
Michael
deformity, but his like arms were longer than they should be.
Michael Phelps
His
was
back
built like an otter. He
it
had
was
long forearms, really short legs, and his body was so. He trained well. He was adept at swimming.
He was on, he was
I
on
love
drug.
watching
He
him
was on
go.
drugs half the time, anyways.
Oh hush, gosh, man. See, you can't. Let's ask Maritza about drugs and swimming. Oh, what's it?
Don't do it.
No, well,
I don't know. I don't have
oh, you crack down. You don't allow it. You don't tolerate it. You're what zero tolerance.
well, that's how it needs to be. It should
Oh.
physical activity and sports in general, right?
She tiptoed around that answer, folks. We asked her if she was zero tolerance. She says, "Yeah, well, that's what it needs to be."
That
Her school monitors her.
us all sports in all grade levels, including college, including NFL.
Just don't do it.
Hey, Maritza, you might be the first. You might be the first person the Three Amigos has gotten fired for for an interview. Your school is monitoring this interview, and you're going to say something that incriminates you. And
Depends how many state championships she has. If she don't have any of those, they're not gonna worry about it.
Didn't you guys go to the state championship or something like that within the last year?
In sports, yes, we have been doing really good. Yes, our school has been doing great in state competitions, as well as the Longhorns. Aren't they doing really good too?
yeah,
Uh, they have been they're up there. It's just gotten to where it's amazing on what UT has been able to do this year. So it's great.
and ladies and gentlemen, this first half hour has been brought to you by Nixon High School in Laredo, Texas. We will get back to our guest today, Maritza Gomez, and let's talk about her musical career, the entire reason she is here tonight. But we've been bombarding her with questions, at least I have, simply because she is multi-talented, and I wanted to find some expert advice from an expert. She is a swim instructor, coach, and
A tuba player.
person.
You know,
A tuba player.
everyone should take swim classes, and lifeguard classes should be already available. You can log into the American Red Cross or to your nearest community pool to sign up.
Nice. We lost our third amigo somewhere. I don't
Marcus,
know.
He got a text, and all of a sudden this is like one of those soap operas or one of those crime dramas. He got a text, and all of a sudden he had to log off the show. We'll bail him out later.
He need bail money, or did Cynthia punish him?
No, let's not go there.
Oh, so the singing career now. Let's go ahead and get into that segment.
Oh, no, Juan, you're way too late because right now you're supposed to put up the card that Marcus is supposed to read, but I'll read the card right now so we can we've been talking about Maritza Gomez, a great Tejano singer, and got brand new material, got brand new videos, and we're spotlighting her career tonight. And so it's about time for people to at least see one of her videos, don't you think, Juan? Hey, oh, I'm sorry. Hey guys, do we have a video?
Of course we do. Maritza Gomez does have a video out, and I think this is the title of her last CD, which was Ni Modo, which is an awesome video and an awesome song. So make sure you
Great
guys
song.
stream it on all the streaming platforms. And like I said, this one is called Ni Modo, right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Abandonaste por un amor, sin importarte mi dolor, ni modo. No me rinde a tu partida, nuestro amor se terminó, ya ni modo. Te di mi vida y mi amor, con hijos de los dos, pues ni modo. Dices que sufres por mí. Ay, ni modo. Zapateale. Ni modo, no lloro más por ti. Vuelvo a reír y soñar. Como cuando te conocí, pero hoy con un nuevo amor. Ni modo, no lloro más por ti. Vuelvo a reír y soñar. No seas cobarde y aguántate, ni modo. Ni modo, no lloro más por ti. Vuelvo a reír y soñar. Como cuando te conocí, pero hoy con un nuevo amor. Ni modo, no lloro más por ti. Vuelvo a reír y soñar. No seas cobarde y aguántate, ni modo.
Oh yeah!
Who are those mobsters?
That was a great video. God, I liked it. I gotta ask you, 'cause I've gotta ask you, are you a fashionista? Because I've looked through like a lot of your pictures and stuff, and you have picked some of the most stunning outfits, and like this one for instance. I mean, that jacket. I thought that was awesome. I said, where do you find something like that? I don't know. But your rebozo in the video, that was just elegant. I mean, where do you find you're very classy in your wardrobe.
I
What
think well, like I told you earlier, I'm from la frontera, so soy fronteriza. So every time, even in my music, in my videos, I want to project my culture, right?
uh-huh.
That part of me, and so the one that the colorful jacket
You
that
mean
that
this
was,
one?
yes, that one. It I wanted it. I designed it, and I wanted it to look like a mariachi jacket.
What? You designed that?
Yes, I designed it, and I had someone just put it together for me. And I just wanted something that would project my culture, and I think that with all the colors, make the statement that I wanted to make with my first song, which was "Grita Conmigo," and it was a mariachi song.
Marcus wears charro jackets too. You can design his.
Yeah, and look how chubby I look on this cartoon over here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though. That came right off the video.
Yeah, and so the material, right? Because you need to have the material to make well, to make what you designed, right?
Yeah.
And um I had this lady who was selling online from Chiapas. um she was selling different things online, and I know I couldn't go to Chiapas, so I
Why
think
not?
I think the place is called Catalan, Chiapas, Sinan Catalan.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And she sells different things from her from that place. And um, I ordered it, and then I took it to the seamstress, and I said, "This is what we're gonna use for this design."
So you're an idea person. You've got concepts and ideas in your head that you want to make come to life. Because explain this to me. Because first of all, she's a swim coach, she's a high school teacher, she's a tuba player, um, she's a Tejano singer, and then she comes and she wants to show her connection with her culture, and then she goes and does something like this. Oh, if I can
Oh, that was beautiful. Also, yeah.
explain that. I mean, what was it? Was it Dia de los Muertos or we
Oh,
lost
we lost.
Maritza?
Oh, there she goes.
No.
Yeah. So, I think that being an English teacher, being in literature, and having read in college so many literary works,
Hmm.
um, that's another ingredient that I always like to incorporate into my videos and my songs. Literary elements, right? And that's just to keep, especially my students, or future generation, of students, um, analyzing the pictures, analyzing wardrobe, lyrics, music, and everything has a purpose.
Hmm.
It reveals messages, and so with the El Camposanto, right? It's a song about the cemetery here locally, the hauntings in the cemetery here locally. So I obviously, didn't want to just, a portrait of me, just a simple one. I wanted to be very connected to my lyrics, to what I'm projecting and saying, because At one point, I wanted to write books, but then I said, no, nowadays, really, they don't want to read. They rather
Uh,
watch a movie that, turn, or, that's the book that's turned into a movie. But I
documentary, documentary.
documentaries, yeah. So I said, you know what? I think I can write short stories in the form of a song,
Oh, okay.
and that, I can do. I'm sure people would enjoy that better than reading my volume 1, volume 2, volume 3 books. So that's what I did. And so with this particular song, I'm telling the story of the hauntings in our cemeteries. That's why I called it El Campo Santo, because that is the Spanish word for cemetery, right? They call them
Oh,
Panteon, El Campo Santo, and it's actually the cemetery. Hmm. So I wanted to turn into uh, um, what we call the for the Dia de los Muertos, right? I
mm-hmm.
think in the U.S. we call them the sugar skulls, but for us we call them like the I'm trying to find out right now. I went a little bit blank
I
here.
know, I know the word too, and I,
La Catrina.
Cat- Catalina.
That's what I needed to project La Catrina, so we can tie it back to Dia de los Muertos, tie it back to El Camposanto, um, and yes, and so this was designed by Laila Lisa and Juan Mendoza. So they're the ones that did the magic for this song, for the album, with the pic.
What?
Yes.
I'm okay. Now I've known the guy how many years now? Never knew anything about this. Thanks, Juan. You and Lila are just found. You're just fonts of information.
And
We were talking about it, and she was throwing me all this stuff about cemeteries, and we came up with a couple other concepts. I got to actually dig for those, but and I was like, you got a real dark personality, don't you? And it was something to that sort, but it and that silhouette back there, that
Hmm.
behind
oh,
her, is actually her. It's
Yeah.
actually a picture that I put back there, and faded it out a little bit with all the smoke and stuff, and then put her in the front. So it's like you were coming up with different concepts, but that was one of the ones that she actually liked.
Now, see, I've never seen this picture. I've seen this one, but going back, that dress once again, fashionista. Where the heck did you get that? No, you can't. You don't go down to Kohl's or Marshalls and buy an outfit like that. You got a great eye.
thank you. I had to do a lot of soul searching um, for my covers. And again, Juan Mendoza and Laila, I bugged them a lot. I I send them my pictures, and then another picture, and then an idea, and then we go back and forth until they're like, this one, and it's like, yes, that one, you got it. So yeah, and then we go out on location to take pictures. Yes, that's the Katrina.
Uh
With the
huh. I'm getting this vibe like she's got a split personality because she can wear these really sexy body clinging outfits and it looks great. And you go, wait a minute, she's a high school teacher.
I think it
Dear,
has to. I think it has to deal with the near death experience, and she just clinged onto that, and just like I said, like I told her, she has that real dark side about her at some point when it comes to her music.
and she's not afraid of it.
No,
That's just it. That okay,
well,
no, you do these kinds of things because you want to help your students connect with their culture, who they are, and help examine themselves. Do they know what you do on your weekends?
uh, what do you mean? Oh my
No, no, as a Tejano singer, a performer, entertainer, and
her
a recording
her
artist.
students or the school.
Do the well, both now?
yes, yes. So they they know that I record, right? They know that that I have an album and songs out. Um, but it's not a topic that we discuss in the class because
You got
that's
to
not
teach.
right. It's irrelevant. So, but they are aware, and sometimes they listen, because my songs are being played on the radio, AM, FM radio networks, and internet radio. So they'll compliment me, and it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling when they do, and they'll come up and say, "I heard your new song. It sounds great." Oh, thank you. But yes, it's a great feeling. You know, Sometimes they ask me if it was easy, and and sometimes they ask me, how this came about. And being an educator, I always like to tie it to somebody that they know. For
Mhm.
example, and that question was, was recording easy? Was your music being played easy? To get somebody to play it. So I always tell them nothing in this life is easy. What you put, the ganas that you put into what
Mhm.
it's what's going to exceed your goals. Uh, so one of the examples that I used was Colonel Sanders,
Ha! Okay.
Oh yeah, I've heard this one.
and in fact, we studied Colonel Sanders, and I told them, "Remember Colonel Sanders? Who's Colonel Sanders?"
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
Colonel Harlan Sanders. Oh, go
Mm.
ahead.
So nobody wanted his recipe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Knocked on over 1,000, 2,000 doors, and he never gave up. He never gave up, right? And did it hurt when they said, "No, we don't like it, or we don't want it? We don't want your recipe." I'm sure it did, but he never gave up. He continued. He believed in what he had created. And so much that now look, we go to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. We go, we turn on the TV, we see Colonel Sanders. I mean, if he would have given up, then we would not have had, So to answer the question, if it was easy for me, no. Did you encounter did they ask me, did you encounter some of Colonel Sanders' um, people that said no? I said, yes. How many times? A lot of times, but you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. And when you drive to work and you hear your song being played on the radio, that is fulfilling. That is like everything was worth it.
Now we've been discussing all her many talents because she is a swim coach, high school teacher, tuba player, a singer. She's a recording artist. Now they ask you, is it difficult? The most difficult thing is to have original thought, and that's creation. That's coming up. You've just lightly brushed over the fact that you're a songwriter because you write your own material, and that is the most difficult thing in the world, is having an original idea and coming up with lyrics for it, and projecting a story in a meaningful fashion in a musical style. Yeah, that's hard. And so, how did you get started songwriting? I mean, did you just wake up one morning with with a song in my heart, that kind of thing, or that's the Disney version? She sat under a tree with a notepad and just wrote a song.
Yeah. Well, I think that your life experiences,
Hmm.
without you unknowingly at the time, prepare you or molding you um, into what one day you will become, without you realizing it. So, you know, we discussed that I was a band member. I had a great band director who recently passed, Mr. Carlos Luna, and I learned so much from him through music. You know, um, and I think because of that, I have so much respect for musicians. Having been one myself, they
Wait,
gave
wait. Having been one, you're either a musician or you're not. You don't just stop being a musician. So take that out of your mouth.
Being a musician.
Yeah.
um, and so musicians give life to my song, my lyrics, right? The music. Um, and then I remember, uh, you know, when I was younger, because remember I mentioned that my parents were divorced, so my mom would send us uh, for certain holidays to Nuevo Laredo, to
Hmm.
Mexico, with my grandmother, and I always hated the fact that she would take me with her during Dia de los Muertos to visit our loved. And the house was full of cousins, and I was like, "Por qué yo? You know, why me? I don't want to go. I want to stay. Me quiero quedar a jugar. I want to stay and play." And she says, "No, you're going with me." So there I am, dreading it. So we go over there, and you know that in Mexico it's 24 hours, sometimes
Hmm.
entire week, right? So I couldn't get out of it, and my it was my grandmother, so we know we couldn't say no. You know, no for her was yes.
You see, and where did she take her? To the cemetery. There's
To
that
the
dark
cemetery.
side.
Yes.
But as a songwriter, I think she's illustrating the point that it's about experiences. So if you're going to write a song, write what you know, what you've experienced. Don't try to figure, oh, I can write a hit jingle or write, write about the things that you know personally. That way, the heart of the song comes through.
Yes.
That's
So my grandmother was very eloquent, right? She loved to just talk,
Hmm.
very eloquent. She didn't need to know you to start a conversation, and talk and talk, and she could talk for hours. Um, and so that's what would happen at the cemetery for Dia de los Muertos. There was thousands of people, eating and uh, singing and cooking, bringing great stuff to the loved ones. And so the people would come and speak to my grandmother, and my grandmother would make conversation. So I had no other choice than just listen. I was just there with my grandmother. And then little did I know that all those visits would turn into short stories and my songs.
Nice.
Uh-huh. So what's the story behind Mimola? What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah. No, no, that's personal. We don't want to.
No,
Yeah,
see,
but you write about what you've experienced and what. Hey, how did Nimodo come about?
okay.
Hmm.
So ni modo. So okay.
Oh, look, she's blushing. Look, she's turning.
My nieces, right? Because this is another thing about being a songwriter. Only the songwriter knows the real meaning behind it.
Uh huh.
So the rest is up for interpretation.
Uh huh.
Else. So listen, Ni Modo came out of one of those stories, and it's eerie. It's creepy. So let me just I'll just tell you the gist of it. So it's about a couple, right? And they were dating, and they were about to get married, but
The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
he dies. He dies, right? He dies.
Yeah.
So she never forgot him. She would always go visit him in the cemetery. Then she ended up getting married, had kids, but the one that she got married with cheated on her. He cheated on her. She never forgot her true love. He, in turn, regrets what he did
Mm.
to, to her, right? Um, and wants her to forgive him. So he goes, right? When he returns to the house, her kids are there, but to his surprise, she's dying. she's on her deathbed. So throughout this outcome, she has been coming in and out of a trance, and she's seeing and talking to her one true love, who had already died. So, so her husband that's alive, right,
Mm-hmm.
in and wants to be forgiven, but to their surprise, they see the silhouette of her one true love. So he lost that love to a dead man. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
her, and that's why it's called Ni modo, right?
You see?
Wow.
You
Ni
see
modo
what?
no más por ti. Vuelvo a reír y soñar, right? So she's continuing to dream and laugh, but with her one true love, which is the dead person in death.
I
So
understand no
that's
one.
why.
You understand now?
I understand no one.
Those poor kids.
No, but she said this was a real situation.
Yeah, it's a
The names
story
have been changed for their protection.
Yeah.
de los muertos.
So
Yeah.
are these stories that your grandmother used to tell you besides La Llorona that everybody already knows?
Well, these are stories that I would hear when I would visit with my grandmother at Dia de los Muertos, and like some are turned into songs, uh, and like El Campo Santo. Those are stories that have been passed down through generations to many families, not just mine, and that's why I decided to write El Campo Santo.
And we've moved on to another half hour, and there's not another video. Marcus, where's your card?
Let's see how fast wine is.
Not very fast because we've added a bunch of stuff since we've been talking.
Órale, vatos, tenemos otro video.
Video, yes, we do. Well, it's not an actual video; it's a song, and she did release a brand new single called "Valientes," and we're gonna get into that here in just a little bit. But we want everybody to tune in and listen to it. It's a brand new single that just got released last week, as a matter of fact, and of course, it's part of Lila Lee's promotions. Anybody who does not have it, make sure you guys get with Lila, and she'll send it out to all the radio stations already. And of course, it's on all the streaming platforms out there. So this one is the latest by Maritza Gomez and called Valientes, right here on the Three Amigos Show.
Vengo de tierras lejanas, trabajo de noche
recorded at? Who talk about the production? Who was involved?
Yeah, so we have Ruben Vargas. Ruben Vargas is on my production team, and he plays all the instruments. So
Okay, that's handy to
all
have.
and Ruben Vargas is works together with Rene Gasca.
Oh, nice horn
Rene,
player.
yes. So he's been on, or he used to be on AB Quintanilla's and Selena's
Hmm.
projects, and he lives here in Laredo. And he's been on several of my projects as well. Um, and and so when um, the situation started happening in February, I wrote the song, but then Ruben Ruben wasn't feeling well, and I really didn't want anyone else to come into the project to help me finish it. So we had a goal of releasing it at Fanfare
Mm.
this year, but he still wasn't available. So the song was released on the 23rd through G Productions, and of course my publishers, Menantes Publishing, um, Laila and Juan, and it's been doing well. The people have accepted it. I wrote the song. I wanted to again to project m- my culture, my people, um, the Latinos in a positive manner, and change the perspective that we've been seeing and hearing, and it's more of a tribute
Hmm.
to my people. Sure.
Pretty much a lot of discussion on all the stuff that's been happening lately, of course, with deportations and, all kinds of other stuff that's been happening, lately. But I guess that was just some of the story I guess you were wanting to tell in that part.
Um, yeah, so basically, the way we are hardworking people, I wanted to come up with one word, one powerful word that
Hmm.
describes us. And in this case was that word, valientes, which it's a word, a multi with multiple meanings, right? Courageous, hardworking, um, go getters, um, and people that thrive and want um, something positive for themselves and their family.
Well, then I'm surprised that you signed with this publishing company because if you look at the name Menantes, take it apart, it's men first, men antes. And so Juan's got a subliminal message in the name there, and so you
Ah,
signed with that, and you
I
didn't
didn't even
recognize
I
that.
didn't even know that subliminal message was in there.
No, no, it's there, Juan. It just it defines your character, Juan. You've always believed in machismo. You men
Oh,
antes.
well,
It's
that's
funny.
that's that's all of us from Gen X, man. That's all of us there.
Well, D has to stretch because it's English and Spanish.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's the trickery of it.
That's the trickery. Okay.
Yeah, see, you don't
There you
see
go.
it coming.
Big
Men antes.
big shout out real quick going out to Gilbert Zamora. He says good morning.
I'm wearing your hat, Gilbert.
Gilbert is on it's morning for him. He's on the west side of Ensenada, so that's
Yeah.
they're still morning over there, I guess. Irene Mendoza says saludos, three amigos, and Maritza Gomez,
I
all
mean,
all the way from Glendale, Arizona. Thank you for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Gilbert Zamora is throwing up. I guess there are four
accordions.
accordions, so I guess he's happy with the production of the song.
He's winging it.
Yeah, he's winging it. Let's see. We also have Nicole Cavazos tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Oh, that's a new name, Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Uh, Frank Salazar Jr. is tuning in as well. Juan Ruiz, and of course John Aleman out there. Thank you guys so much for being with us here. And of course we're with one and only Miss Maritza Gomez. And yeah, that's an awesome song. And I like the cover.
Yeah. So again, going back to the design and what the statement that I want to project through not just my lyrics and my music, but also through the graphics of um, my release, including the albums. I wanted something different and but very meaningful, very special, and that's something that again, Lina and Juan have been able to do for me. Um, I wanted the flags, um, the Latino flags, um, but I did not feel comfortable being in front of it. You know,
Bear with me real quick. I'm gonna put the video, but I'm gonna turn down the volume so you can describe it a little bit.
so I did not want to be in front of of any of the Latino flags. I think we have 23 Latino flags, um, 23 different Latino flags.
Hmm.
I want them to flow within me because that's who we are, Latinos, and um, not we don't. Yes, we identify ourselves with our native flag
Region.
or region, yes, but um, there's so many of us that make the word Latino. So I wanted it to go through my being, just like the blood that flows through us that keep us alive. So I wanted that type of statement, of that type of graphic or look for my single, and I pitched it to Juan and Lila, to my publishers, and they ran with my idea and created this amazing. We've gotten so many compliments with that.
Can you show off your merch that you showed off before the show?
Oh, that
Oh
was oh yeah,
yeah.
that's on the shirt, huh?
So much now that we got our people wanting our merch on a form of a shirt. It's on the shirt, and then
Nice.
Valientes, the word Valientes on the
That's a
back
great shirt.
Yeah.
with. Send me your sizes, and then all 23 Latino
Oh.
there on it
Oh,
as well.
okay.
So
Um,
can we get some sort of sneak peek of what's happening next? Is there going to be a full album, or I mean, more projects like this coming out?
Yeah, so we are working on other songs. Hopefully by the end of the summer, early fall, we will have an album coming out.
In time for Dia de los Muertos?
Yeah, I tried to release a song for the Dia de los Muertos that's tied and associated with Dia de los Muertos. In this past year, I was only able to release one
Hmm.
song, which was Ven a Bailar, a cumbia. I had knee surgery, so that kept me, that prevented me from getting into the studio.
Yeah,
So as
mobility issues. Yes, we know.
I felt better, I said I can't go without 1 year and not get any music out. So I was able to record and write Ven a Bailar, and then the Valientes most recently. I am working on other songs. There is a song that I've written and I am looking so much forward to. Hopefully, summertime, collaborating with the one and only Tony Guerrero.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes, I am looking forward to that. So that is something that we're working on, and other songs as well. Now, last year for Dia de los Muertos, my husband took me out to dinner, and we met a truck driver. And it so happened that we were having dinner, and the restaurant was playing my song
Oh,
on
cool.
TV, right? So he turns around and he says, "It looks like you." And my husband turns around and he says, "Yes, that is her." Really? Yeah, that's her. And so we start talking about the song, right? And the fact that it is Dia de los Muertos. And my husband tells him, "Well, how do you know, that it's her? Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's a spirit."
Wow.
Dia de los Muertos.
We are in the season.
And
Uh-oh.
then he starts telling them the story of the hauntings in our cemetery. And he said, "I'm not passing through Laredo anymore."
Do you have a spooky cemetery story? Something bizarre ever happened to you in a cemetery?
Yes.
Aha!
Yeah, we knew it.
Many, many times. One in particular, very vividly. We went to leave flowers to my in-laws,
Mhm.
gravesite, and we see a man who's wearing a cap, right? And he must have been 15 to 10 feet away from where we were standing, and right, we waved back,
Okay.
and we placed the flowers, and then we turn around to see him, and he's gone. He's disappeared. We
Wow.
look around. No, he wasn't there. So we start thinking about what he was wearing. He was wearing a red cap, but his clothes was old fashioned.
Hmm.
Wasn't, you know, what
Modern.
modern. It wasn't modern. So yeah, it was one of those um one of the souls that come and visit us for Dia de los Muertos. So um
Anybody anybody else have a cemetery story? Juan, Marcus?
No,
Really?
black folks don't have cemetery stories, do they?
Hey, this one does.
Oh, what was it?
Oh no no no! About 10 years ago, I visited Wounded Knee, and I went to the gravesite there, and it was just close to sundown, and there was a couple that came in, and I was just moving from the gravestones. I was taking pictures of all the different grave markers and everything, and he came up, and he and his wife were talking to me, and he says, yeah, he said he was a shaman, and that he comes every year to make it's a ritual that he does. And so I asked, "Hey, would it be okay if I took a picture of you?" He says, you can try, but it won't come out." I was going, "Really? Sure." He says, "Yeah, no, really, okay." So I took 3 pictures of this man, of him and this guy and his wife. And when I went to look at them later, those 3 pictures are grayed out, fuzzy black and white. All the pictures before are in beautiful digital colored, before and after, but those 3 pictures. And he warned me, he told me, you can try. And there's something about his energy that just simply disrupted technology. And that was nice guy, really nice couple. And it was just, but he told me that. I was like, but it came to pass. I was like, I've got, I'll show you the pictures one day. I've got them on my hard drive somewhere, but I'll show them.
Now, the unexplained does.
The unexplained.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, especially for Dia de los Muertos. Especially here in my hometown. You should come. I
Uh-uh.
do.
We live close enough. I don't even want to cross the checkpoint.
I love for Dia de los Muertos here at X.
We
One of
need
the
to give Marcus the experience. I've gone to De los Muertos many
yes,
times.
Marcus.
Yeah,
I'll pass. It's
dude,
okay.
no, it's a celebration. It's a really wonderful thing.
I think Marcus needs to paint his face like Dia de los Muertos and wear that outfit that he has right there, the charro outfit, and just go out in public like that. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, for the men we call him Catherine, and for the girls Katrina.
Katrina.
Catherine y Catrinas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just wear that and put on a show, man. And you go out there and sing and just have the paint, the face
Yeah,
mask, the paint.
yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Maritza, did you ever collect all the dolls?
They click on what?
Did you ever collect all the dolls? All the different.
For the Catrinas?
Uh huh.
No, I did. I still can, but nowadays it's kind of difficult
Well, yeah,
to access them.
you had
And
to
if
find them.
you find them, they are collectibles, so you basically need to bid for them. Like, yeah, they're
Yeah,
beautiful.
I've known people that have collected like dozens of them. It's like, all different, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
it's an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they're beautiful. But there's a lot of activities, and I'm really glad that I know San Antonio now has a festival for Dia de los
Mhm.
Muertos.
Mhm.
Right? That's beautiful. And then they also have it in the valley in McAllen, Brownsville. They've got this huge man. They're super tall Catrinas, almost as a
Yeah,
building, beautiful ones. And then they light up at night. So it's beautiful. It's again, it's our culture. It's especially living in the border. It's you just see it, you feel it, you taste it, you smell it. Great.
it's the culture.
Sí, la cultura.
Yeah.
Maritza, thank you for being with us this evening. And is there anything more you'd like people out there to know about you before we close the show?
Yes, just know that I write from the soul. My songs are tell stories in a very respectful manner of our culture, of our people, of la frontera, um, Latinos, nuestra gente, and and sometimes they ask me, what what do you how do you see yourselves in 10, 15 years? Well,
Hmm.
still writing songs, and not just for me but for other artists. So if you like my songs, you like the way I write, and you would like for me to write for you, reach out to me or to my publishers,
Medantes Publishing.
Menantes Publishing, and I'll write a song for you. Now I'm hoping that I'm also helping pave the road for new artists. And if my song continues to make noises, great. And if it doesn't, then maybe my grandkids in the future can do something with my songs. So
Well,
that would
uh,
be beautiful.
that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I have to say this, working with Maritza, being publishers and promoters and artwork, what do you call it? Doing her
Graphic design.
artwork, graphic designing and stuff. It's awesome working with her. She's got a lot of ideas.
I can tell.
Yeah, a lot of ideas. Some spooky, but a lot of them are good though. And it's very fun to work with. You know, um, and we have a lot of fun uh chatting every now and then and coming up with concepts and ideas and stuff like that.
But
So,
see, I think she's learned the secret. If it makes you slightly uncomfortable, it's memorable, and that sticks with you.
but it's fun though.
Yeah, but I mean, I like her. I like her. I like her image. I like what she puts out there, and her connection to her culture. So that's cool.
Um there's some humor in me as well.
Nah, really?
Today I reached out to one, and I don't know if you can project it. One, the cartoons. I really
Oh,
love it.
yeah, I wasn't able to get it off my phone yet to
But
Dude,
we'll post it on social media. Yeah, I think that
Jessica Rabbit.
you um
and
they'll
it's
just
and it's not the 24th annual Tejano Music Award, so that was just
That
I
was
know
just
we're way past that. We're in the 40s, but that was just what it projected on that thing.
we haven't been
Out of the Muppet.
oh yeah, the Muppets. We needed to put that on. Oh yeah,
It's anime. Anime?
Yeah,
yeah.
UT.
kind of like our cartoons on the side right here.
Hook 'em horns.
that was my fanfare outfit for this year, and I was just amazed on how they were able to cartoonize it. It was like wow.
That was just a trip, though. I was like, we were we were sitting here laughing about that one. I was like, hopefully she likes it. See what happens. I didn't design it. That was AI. So, but I see a lot of people I think every day now everybody's starting to do their own, and I see a bunch of groups. I think I've even seen the Intocable doing theirs and stuff too, and a bunch of other groups and artists. So I was like,
Oh
well,
gosh, Juan, they ought to have access to our chats and see how much artwork you put out per day.
I just wanted, humor is something that we could, laugh about. And
Yeah.
having been nominated for a Best New Female Artist of the Year for the 44th Annual Tejano Music Awards this past year, I just said, you know what, let me just throw it at Juan and see if he can, do something funny with it. And he was able to create that cartoon picture.
yeah,
It's just, sometimes we just need to laugh, as artists, there's just so much, that we do, and sometimes, we just need to laugh. We need a little break to laugh, and just like this show, this show, um it makes you laugh. It makes you playful. Get out of your
Oh, your
comfort.
box.
Comfort zone.
no, we go off the rails here.
There we go. Yes, I love that one.
Well, I realized something about Maritza today that, besides being, swim coach, high school teacher, tuba player, Tejano singer, songwriter, fashionista, and if I had to sum up her life, it would be sink or swim. And we know that it's going to be swim because she's got all these different talents that she can fall back on. There's nothing that's going to hold her down. So she spent her life swimming. She's learned to overcome traumas, push past her personal goals or her personal best to achieve more. And wow, I'm just amazed. Congratulations, sink or swim. That ought to be your documentary.
Thank you. I love the slogan too.
And
But
and
there's some.
also a big shout out going out to your husband because I know he sticks by you through all of this.
Hey,
And
we didn't get him on the show. Where is he? He's the one holding the camera.
he is
Doggone
holding the camera probably.
it! Turn the camera around and say hi. We normally want to ask you questions because we want to find out stuff like, is she really a diva at home? I mean, does he do the cooking, the laundry, cleaning?
When I have time, yes.
No, no. Tell him to say hello. Just turn it around and say hello.
Where is he?
Oh, he's not. He's not
Oh,
holding
he's
the
listening.
camera.
No.
Oh, boo,
I know
boo.
he's listening because he came in a while ago with his phone. He's tuning in.
Oh,
Now he's cowering in the closet. Thanks.
Yeah. But that is what I was just gonna say. Your music requires a support system.
Hmm.
For all those new artists, we can't do it alone. We need a support system. And that support system can be your the people in your music, your producers, people that are in your project, and then your promoters. I'm very blessed again to have Juan Mendoza and Laila Lisa, Menantes Publishing, and then we just recently also added to the team, El Borrado Promotions, Roy Arriaga, and Big Daddy George, also with George Vences, and it's just been amazing, to have the great support, Ruben Vargas on my production team, Roy, I'm sorry, Rene Gasca, and then of course, my husband, my family, my immediate family, my kids who run my social media. It's amazing because you do need somebody that can help you stay afloat, because it's not easy. uh, you need you need people to support you, because not everybody's going to say yes. Not everybody say yes to music, and you can't you know uh, draw yourself, say, well, it didn't work, I'm stopping here. No, you got to keep going. And so that support system is what's going to push you forward and help you stay afloat.
Hmm.
And swim. Swim,
sink or swim.
swim your way out, and to anywhere where you want to be. You may not get there in a day or two, or sometimes not even in a year or two,
But you
I
will get there.
will get there. You know, I wrote my first song in October of 2020, and 4 years later, 2024, I'm nominated for Best New Female Artist of the Year.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
And
she was nominated at the Hano Music Awards. She was nominated at the Pura Vida Awards. I think she also received an award at the Brownsville Music Legacy Awards 1 year. So she's been racking up the nominations.
yes, so
Awesome.
and all these people that are behind your music, and then of course all the DJs, right? All the AM, FM radio networks
And
and
internet.
podcasts. The shows such as this one. It's just everyone that gives artists an opportunity to interview. It just opens more doors for us, and people can we can reach more people to listen to our music, and especially the fact that I write my songs. I really want to reach those people to listen to my songs.
Nice.
To
And you're
Mark,
getting to be an old hand at this with all the all the interviews you've been doing lately. Congratulations on on much well deserved success.
thank you so much for your support and for allowing me to be a guest on your show today. And here is my husband.
Ah,
Uh,
it's about time you showed up. We were going to ask you all kinds of questions.
I've been here all the time, but
Híjole.
she
Nice
didn't want,
shirt. Nice shirt, man.
Yeah, nice shirt.
oh yes, I know, man.
PKG, my husband.
We'll see you guys.
See
all
ya.
right. All right. So
You got a free model.
Hey, yeah, you had a cute model.
nice. Marcus, did you read all them books?
I know. Yeah, he
No.
went to the library.
That's firewood for the apocalypse.
Oh, okay. Were the MREs and all the food and all the canned goods? Nice. Well, before we put Maritza to work, let's see who we have for next week's show real quick.
This week on the Three Amigos Show.
Winner at the West Texas Music Awards and 2 nominations at this year's All-Star Music Awards, the Three Amigos welcome Sammy Torres. Straight out of Lubbock, Texas, this dynamic singer-songwriter is poised to take the Tejano industry by storm. Be here on April 16th with the Three Amigos sit and talk with Sammy about her new project and plans for the future. That's Sammy Torres.
Right here on the Three Amigos Show.
All right, so that'll be next week right here on the Three Amigos Show. Next Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central Time. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to do this. So Maritza, get ready. We're going to put her to work. And let me move Marcus out of the way because he's in the way there. All right, there we go. All right, so Maritza, this is the point in our show where we humiliate the artist. And we're gonna make you guys blush and probably run away after this. But we're gonna have you do some live drops live on the air in front of everybody, and of course all our dozen viewers, and put you to work and do some one-liners for us.
Yeah, it's really, really easy. You're doing this live, and so people can see that Tejano artists can screw up and make them and fumble over their words just like irregular people. All you got to do is, hi, this is Maritza Gomez, and you're watching Tejano TV. That's it. Just look straight at the camera, and in 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Maritza Gomez, and you're watching Tejano TV.
Perfect. 1 for 1. We've got 3 more to go. Next one is Maritza Gomez, and you're watching Tejano Classic TV. Got it? In 3, 2.
Hi, I'm Maritza Gomez, and you're watching Tejano Classic TV.
2 for 2. Nice going. So far, you haven't screwed up. Yeah, but that's going to end right now because we're going to ask you to ad lib. Hi, this is Maritza Gomez, and you're watching my favorite show on the entire planet. This is the Three Amigos Show. Just make it up, whatever you want. Embellish, be lavish with it. The Three Amigos Show in 3, 2.
Hi, this is Maritza Gomez, and you're watching the most popular, the most out in the moon, in the stars, the greatest show on earth, the Three Amigos Show.
I love it. And you didn't even screw it up. That was great.
She wrote it down early.
Nobody, yeah. Did you write it down? Because nobody's gotten through that. Just when they have to ad lib and think off the top of their head. And then
I think that was the longest ad lib too.
I know that was good. I'm gonna use every bit of that too. And the final one is for Lila's Plays. You're watching Lila's Plays, like playlist, but plays with a Z at the end. Play. Lila's Plays. In 3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Maritza Gomez, and you're watching Lila's Plays.
Thank you. She did it. She didn't have to redo any of them.
Well, we're gonna do one more, and this is audio. This is gonna be for audio. We're gonna take the audio out of it, and this one is gonna be hi, Maritza Gomez, and you're listening to Más Chingón Radio, the People Station.
Yeah, put the People Station on the end of that. Yeah. Oh, she gets to say Más Chingón. Oh, let's see what the school thinks about this.
Well, it's a name. It's a name brand, so I think she can get away with it a little bit.
It's a. Wait, can you repeat it?
Hi, this is Maritza Gomez, and you're listening to Más Chingón Radio, the People's Station.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Maritza Gomez, and you're listening to Más Chingón Radio, the People Station.
She didn't screw up once, guys.
Perfectionist.
There's no humiliation here.
Perfectionist.
I know she aced the test.
Nice.
You're the very first one to do it. Thank you. Okay, applause. Where's my applause button? Applause.
Somebody's writing me out.
Oh!
She used to work as a TV reporter. How can she screw up?
She don't know what is she. Okay.
Okay, how come this story never got brought up?
No, I know. Yeah, that's another a merit badge on her. They're golly, TV reporter too. Okay, so fashion model, TV reporter, movie star, race car driver.
No.
Kike told you not to say that during the show, or he just hid it from us. Wow, that's gonna be another conversation later on in time. You're gonna have to remember that.
Yeah. Part 2 interview next time.
Nice.
Yes, you guys know everything about all the artists.
It's our job.
That's our job.
Better.
Have insights.
We try to get into all the deep stuff, all the psychological stuff that nobody ever knows about, like all the dark cemetery stories.
No. What we try to do is we try to be unlike all the other stations where they talk about schedules and tours and record promotions and all that stuff. We want to find out about the artist. What do they like? What do they dislike? What are they afraid of? What things do they really stand up for that they want people to know, to recognize about them that they don't advertise? And so we like getting to know all these different facets of you. I mean, this was amazing. It was like, oh my gosh, what doesn't she do? Carpentry? Do you build houses, shelters for the homeless? Or?
The husband's for.
Yeah, we didn't know she was a TV reporter, so I mean, I didn't even know that either. So
she pours concrete.
She drives an 18-wheeler.
I know.
Oh man, but it was fun having her, having you being on part of the show, and
thank
you. It's
you.
Great working with you. Can't wait to see what you and Tony Guerrero have in store, especially with that guy.
That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna drive you crazy out in the studio. So we'll see how that turns out.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys so much for being with us here. And of course, we want to thank our awesome sponsors, my beautiful wife, Lila Mendoza with Lila's Promotions, Janie's Record Shop, Archie's Homestyle Burger, Menantes Publishing, and Nuestra Música Monthly Magazine. And I'm el más chingón, Juan Mendoza.
Gracias. Hasta la próxima. Ciao.
And I think D. Froze.
Oh, Marcus Daniels, Midnight Mariachi.
Marcus y Juan Mendoza, muchísimas gracias. Mucho cariño y abrazos. Keep listening to my music. Ciao.
There you go. And of course, you can find her on all the streaming platforms, all the social media platforms out there. And make sure you guys check her out. I'm menantespublishing.com. You can check out her music there. And of course, you can download it, stream it. And of course, buy the shirt. How much are the shirts?
$30.
There you go. Make sure you buy the shirts. Of course, they have her print on it and everything else. So get a hold of her. You guys want to book her for any events? Get with her as well. And of course, we'll see you right here next week on the Three Amigos Show. And in the words of D. Burleson, Te Wachu!
Next time on The Three Amigos Show. Winner at the West Texas Music Awards and 2 nominations at this year's All-Star Music Awards, The Three Amigos welcome Sammy Torres. Straight out of Lubbock, Texas, this dynamic singer-songwriter is poised to take the Tejano industry by storm. Be here on April 16th when The Three Amigos sit and talk with Sammy about her new project and plans for the future. That's Sammy Torres right here on The Three Amigos Show. Brought to you by Mas Chingon Radio, LanaLisaPromotions.com, Hernandez Publishing, The Songwriter's Choice, Archie's Homestyle Burgers in Cotulla, Texas, Janie's Record Shop in San Antonio, Texas, and Tejano TV. You can view The Three Amigos Show on all your favorite streaming platforms and on all your Roku devices. The Three Amigos Show.